You've heard of unconditional love, but have you heard of the secret to unconditional happiness and allowing more into your life? More wealth, more success, and more love. More freedom in your life right now. Welcome to the Happy Bar with Israel Savage.
I've heard somebody use this analogy before, and I think it's such a good one. Has everybody fooled around with a GPS at least a little bit? So you've got this GPS, and the GPS always guides you from where you are, right? And it will get you to where you want to be. It doesn't say, oh, you messed up like 5 turns ago, so I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do, or oh, there's a big traffic light coming up in a big intersection, so you might as well give up now, you know. It doesn't do that, right? It says, okay, here's where you are, and then here's your next step, and then the next step, and you don't even have to have the whole route. It's hard to look at the whole route and try to drive. Have you ever had a friend before GPS, the GPS days, try to feed you directions? Okay, you're going to make a right, and then you're going to make a left, and then you're going to take that next exit. Wait, I can only hold. So you just stay there, and you feed it to me as I need it, right? Because you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. And that's how it is with our guidance system. Our desires are there. Our destination is there. Our guidance system gives us turn-by-turn directions from wherever you are. Wherever you are is exactly the right space. So let's say, to use this game, we recognize, oh, I should have turned left when I turned right. Darn. Doesn't matter, because the guidance system only knows 2 things: where you are and where you want to be, and it will plot the easiest, best feeling route. Now notice I said easiest, best feeling, because sometimes the best feeling route is the most scenic route, right? It takes us on a journey. It takes us on a trip where we notice things we never did before, where we see things that we never did before. It's not necessarily the fastest route. And we think we want the fastest route, but we don't. Anybody, oh, you're going to Costa Rica. Yay! So when you're done with your trip in Costa Rica, do you come back to New York?
Yeah.
Great. So why don't you just pack your suitcase for Costa Rica and then just not go? Because you're back where you're going to end up. You're already where you're going to end up anyway. Why?
Because I like a different scenery. Yeah,
it's the scenery, it's the journey, it's the trip, right? Otherwise, we could just, done. That's what it's about. We get so caught up in the idea of a destination, when the truth is, the second that you reach a destination or that you obtain your desire, you create for yourself a new desire. You never get it done. You never get it done. And so if you are thinking that you are going to wait to feel good, to be happy, to feel prosperous, until you reach that destination, until you have that thing, well, then there'll always be another thing, and the goalpost always shifts. And the majority of our life and time is in the car driving. It's the journey. So you might as well roll down your window, enjoy the breeze. Have you seen dogs? Yeah. Stick their head out the window and just lap it up, right? I took a trip with my kids. We decided in the morning to go to this place in North Carolina called White Lake. And I went there as a child, and I had pleasant memories there. You know, everything was huge from what I remember. You know how that is when you're a kid. And so we packed up our car and decided to go in the morning, and we drove there, and it was a 3.5-hour drive to get there. Well, I decided that, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen on the other end. I did no planning, but we're going to have a good time. And we did. We played games, we sung songs. Well, we got to White Lake, and we went into the water. And the reason they call it White Lake, by the way, is because a crater fell, thousands of years ago, and the crater, a meteor fell thousands of years ago and left a big crater. And so, in theory, the water is crystal clear that accumulated there. And so, in theory, that's how I remembered it. Well, decades have passed, and it wasn't so clear. It was a little murky. And so my son is in there, and I'm in the water. It's a little oily now, the water. And my son says, "Oh, look, Dad, a fish." And I see a fish kind of float by, a dead fish, and then I see 3 or 4 more. And so we literally spent 15 minutes at White Lake, and then we packed up, we got back in the car, and we had a blast. And when I asked them, so, what did you think? Oh, it was awesome, it was fantastic, because it wasn't about the destination, right? It was about the journey along the way. We spend literally seconds achieving, in the state of achieving the goal, right? You get the ribbon, you get the prize, you get the raise. It lasts seconds. But how did you feel along the way? How did you feel after, right? That's where the majority of your life is in the car, on the trip, on the journey. You might as well enjoy yourself.
If you liked what you just heard, then take inspired action now. That's right, act while you are feeling good. And build on your momentum. Schedule your free discovery call with me at instudios-nyc.com/happybar.